Okay, I promised to do a walk around video, and while I was doing that, I was going to talk about anything in the car that I thought a buyer should know, either positive or negative. I'm going to start out with you may have noticed this on the list of repairs that I sent about the front hood and the hood star being replaced. This was happened in a Whole Foods parking lot. We went in to get something, came back out, and I got in the car and noticed the hood star was kind of leaning back against the hood. And I got out and looked, and there was a huge F-250 four-wheel drive pickup sitting right in front of my car, right up next to it. And in fact, it was so high, it was the bumper actually hit my hood star and knocked it over. And there was a little bit of damage to the some of the cross pieces right here on both sides, and also that one there. I was able to replace all of that, and of course get a new hood star. Luckily, none of the plastic or fiber part in there was damaged at all, so it's back just like it was new. But that's what happened there. And let's see, the next thing I want to point out are some imperfections in the paint on the hood. Here's the first one here. You can see there's two or three little dots there. I don't know what caused that, but need to be aware of that. And then over on the other side, there is a little chip right there, and you can see there's some paint in there. I bought some touch-up paint. I was going to try to fix that, but decided it was above my pay grade, so I was not going to do that. But I did put some paint in there to be sure I had the right color. And over here, if I get this just right, you can see it's very hard to see. There it is, right in the center. What that is, you really can't, you can just barely feel it. And unless the light's shining in the right direction, you don't even see that. But I think it was caused by a bird dropping, and probably I didn't catch it in time, and it damaged the paint a bit. So that's there. And the next thing, I didn't even notice this until I was taking pictures. And right in here, see that right there in the center? There's a small dent. It's maybe about an inch and a half long, and looks like it could be very easily repaired. But like I said, I didn't even see that until I was taking pictures. All right, the next thing that I've called to your attention was the rust on the bottom of these two doors here, on the passenger side, both front and rear. And didn't see that until I was taking pictures, and I wanted to see what was in, make sure there was no damage to the bottom of the doors. And lo and behold, I found some minor rust on both of these. The driver's side doors, there was nothing there, but on this one there was some rust. And I've got some pictures of that, and also what I did to fix it. So those have both been repaired. The important thing, though, is to what caused it. At first, I thought the problem was these, what they call these, they're not just seals, they're called something else, scrapers, I think, rubber scrapers along the bottom of these windows. These are original and never been replaced, and they're rubber. So I figured at first that likely water was coming in and running down in there, but when I took the door pads off, on both doors, there was no water inside the door itself, no damage. The drains were all working well. But then when I got down farther and noticed where it was the door seals here. Runs around the door, goes down to the bottom, and as you can see, it goes down in here, and there's a channel in there, and at the bottom of that channel, right in here, was where the rust was. So that's what I repaired, and I'm 99% sure that was caused by these door seals needing to be replaced. This one right here, you can see a little bit of damage right in this area. This appears to me to be an original door seal. It's got a Mercedes number on the front of it up here, 123 something, and so I'm almost positive this is an original door seal, so it's over 40 years old. And on the back seat, back door, this one, the damage was worse than it was on the front. And I was surprised because I had actually replaced this door seal here back in 2013, right after I bought the car, because the original one was in pretty bad shape. So I put a new one in. Unfortunately, I wasn't smart enough to buy an OEM one, and I bought I think it was a Euro UOR brand, and I was pleased with it because it seemed to fit really well. It looked just like the original, but it's deteriorated a lot. And so this one, in my opinion, is the damage was worse, the seal's worse than that original one up there, even though it's only 9 years old. So I went ahead and ordered a new door seal, an OEM Mercedes-Benz seal, last week, and I'll get that installed before the week's over. If for some reason it does not come in time, I'll ship it with the car, and I'll pay the new owner whatever it takes to get this installed. These are not very difficult to install at all, by the way. Okay. While we're talking about door seals and things, I want to point out some things I think anybody that buys a car that's this old needs to think about is rubber. Rubber deteriorates. I don't care whether it's a Mercedes or a Yugo, they're going to deteriorate. And most everything on the car is original. It has been kept in the garage all of its life, and when it wasn't, it's got a car cover. So here's the front windshield. This is all original, not leaking now, and it looks good. But I recommend the new buyer keep that in mind. These are not all that expensive, and they're not that difficult to replace. The scraper here, these rubber scrapers on the bottom of each door, these need to be considered for replacement also. Now walking to the back, same thing with the rear one. In fact, I can see a little damage down here at the bottom. Luckily, it's at the bottom of both corners, so it hasn't got any water has never went in to my knowledge. But keep that in mind. That's something that should be in consideration for replacing. Same thing on the other side. The scrapers on the left side. Now the door seals over here. This is the one I replaced in 2015. It's an original OEM Mercedes seal, and it's in excellent condition. The driver's side, it was replaced by the original owner I think about 20 years ago, but again in excellent condition. I don't see any name or anything on it, no numbers, but it's in excellent condition. If it's not OEM, it was a good reproduction. Okay, I'm going to pause just a second.